Union Minister of Road Transport and Highways Nitin Gadkari asked the automobile industry to cut production of diesel vehicles on September 12th morning. He also issued a veiled warning saying if the companies don't cut the production, the government will raise taxes to a level that selling diesel vehicles will become unfeasible. Addressing the annual convention of Society of Indian Automobile Manufacturers or SIAM on Thursday, Gadkari also said that he was going to request Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman to increase GST on diesel vehicles by 10%. But within a few hours, he clarified on social media platform X that no such proposal was under active consideration of the government. But in between the two statements, stocks of automobile and oil marketing companies fell like 9 pints. The BSE Auto Index ended 1.8% lower. Ashok Leyland and Tata Motors were down 3% each. Nifty ONG Index was down 2.3% in Tuesday's afternoon trade. BPCL dropped 3.3%, IOC 3.5%, and GAIL dropped 5.3%. Hindustan Petroleum and Petronet shed over 11%, bearing the maximum brunt. But what do experts think about Gadkari's statement?
So the idea of the Minister Gadkari to urge the automotive industry to look at different fuel combinations to wean away the India as a country from the import of petroleum products, to reduce our petroleum product import dependence, and also make India a kind of a leader in alternate fuel vehicles.
Due to high levels of pollution, diesel-powered vehicles have been in the eye of the storm for long. They produce particulate matters at a very high level from the combustion process. In July of 1988, the Supreme Court, in a landmark order, had banned diesel buses and ruled that no buses more than 8 years old should be allowed on the roads of Delhi unless they ran on CNG by April 2000. And over the years, their share has come down considerably. Portion of diesel-powered passenger vehicles was 17% recently. It was 54% in 2014. India's biggest car maker, Maruti Suzuki, has stopped selling new diesel-run vehicles from 2020. Another major car manufacturer, Hyundai, has only 4 diesel-run variants among their 13 models in India, and only 18% of their total cars have diesel engines. For Tata Motors, it is 15%, and Kia Motors, 34%. And Renault, Nissan, Skoda, and Volkswagen have already given up on their diesel engines. Meanwhile, the government is driving the shift towards electric mobility, though less than 2% of India's nearly 4 million in-car sales last fiscal year were EVs. Government wants to make it 30% of total car sales by 2030. So amid this churn, what does the future of diesel vehicles look like?
Diesel, is a dirty fuel, today. And if you see, like, as you said, most of the OEMs have already started moving away from diesel. I think in 2014, the penetration levels were above 50, and now it is around 16-17%, right? And obviously, we are in the last leg, of diesel, when it will flourish. But basically, why it is happening is, because if you see India, so India, one of the biggest challenges is pollution, right? So today, India has 39 cities out of the top 50 polluted cities in the world, basically in big metros. I think the challenge is much even bigger because, diesel, because it emits, particulate matter, which is less than 2.5, it is directly breathable.
An exception to this trend is Mahindra & Mahindra, which has a portfolio dominated by SUVs, and currently 82% of its passenger vehicles are diesel-powered. Also, most commercial vehicles, including emergency vehicles like ambulances, vans, buses, tractors, and trucks, are powered by diesel engines. For instance, 80% of the total commercial vehicles from Tata are diesel-powered.
I would not write off the diesel engine as yet. There are many advantages. The torque is higher, the power is higher. So if you're looking at off-roading, kind of experience, or if you're looking at, the tractor industry will still go on to diesel, they won't shift yet. And maybe some technological breakthrough will come in, which would address the emission concerns of the diesel vehicle and then make it at par with the petrol vehicles. And therefore, to maintain a balance, you can't have lopsided. When you import crude and refine it, you produce both diesel and petrol. So if you find no use of diesel within the country, either you have to export it, right? Or you have to do something else. So therefore, it's always useful to have some balance between petrol and diesel.
But in the luxury segment, diesel variants continue to be popular. Here, their market share has improved from 31% in 2021 to 33% this year so far. But the government has been taking measures to reduce the number of diesel and petrol engines in India. Cars that are fueled by diesel and petrol engines come under the highest GST slab of 28%. Then there is additional levy of 1 to 22% depending on the category of the vehicle. And older diesel and petrol engine vehicles attracted green tax too. Meanwhile, to promote the electric vehicles, the government has put them into the 5% GST category with additional subsidies given to the manufacturers and a discount to customers. Government also promotes other green fuels like CNG and LPG. Currently, locally manufactured CNG-powered vehicles get a discount up to 40% from the government. But what is the way forward?
So if you look at long-range trucks and look at tractors, I already talked about tractors, right? But there are use cases emerging where we are running LPG trucks, we are running CNG trucks, we are running electric trucks, right? We are running alternate fuel, other trucks, right? So the minister was urging Indian companies. He took some example of foreign companies. He was urging companies in India to also diversify their vehicle fleet and make alternates to diesel vehicles, even in the busing and heavy vehicle sector. Like I said earlier, there will be always some use cases where we may need diesel vehicles.
Experts suggest that a complete ban on diesel vehicles is not feasible. Also, there are technologies that are being developed to bring down the pollution levels of diesel engines. Diversifying the fleets of EVs and CNG vehicles to replace the heavy diesel-powered vehicles is the first step, and investing in research and development of the alternative fuels is the next.
If you like this video, share it and subscribe to Business Standard. For more news, views and insights, log on to www.business-standard.com. Do also follow us on YouTube, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, Telegram and LinkedIn.
She's working her way to the corner office. Business Standard.